Hey guys, it's King from DoubleKCollectibles. It is Saturday morning, the first day of the Sidequest Games Expo here in Portland, Oregon. We've got a fun booth set up right here. So we got a whole bunch of stuff. We got a bunch of video games right here. We got some Atari stuff. We got some Intellivision. We got some Xbox, a big stack of NES games from a collection. I just got in. We got a whole bunch of loose stuff. Like we got GameCube, we got some Wii, got some PS2 stuff in there. We got some PS2 stuff here, 3, 4, 1, and then we got a lot of toys here as well. We got some plush, got a bunch of different era stuff. We got some classic Masters of the Universe, some G.I. Joe stuff, lots of cards. We got Pokemon 151, Day and Fates and stuff, and then we've got a whole bunch of singles today. Big case, some of those are our top hits. We got lots of nice vintage stuff in there, including first edition stuff. Got some graded cards, and then we've got up here, we got a whole bunch of Pokemon binders with stuff in it. We got a bunch of different stuff. We got up top, we got Reptar and Grubby, got the Commodore floppy disk drive right there, and just some other fun stuff, including this Pop-Tart holder right there. This is my first time at Sidequest Expo, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it goes well. We set up the last night, took us about 4 hours to do, but I think it looks pretty good, so we'll see how the show goes, and hopefully we'll get some video throughout the day of stuff.
The Game Expo was previously known as the Portland Retro Games Swap Meet and had been held for a number of years before changing to the Sidequest Games Expo last year, ran by the folks over at Sidequest Games. There was a good assortment of retro and modern gaming, as well as more toys, trinkets, and other fun stuff than I had anticipated. There were a handful of artists there as well, with different pop culture themed items. Sorry for not capturing hardly any of the art. I ended up filming significantly less than I had planned to during the weekend. Well, I did end up finding some good deals throughout the show. A vast majority of the dealers had fairly high prices on their inventory. I understand needing to cover the overhead cost as well as any travel expenses, but when a good portion of the stuff is 25 or 50% at least above market, it's a little disheartening and makes it a lot harder wanting to purchase and support the other dealers. There were some great vendors here though, don't get me wrong. And even if prices weren't exactly it, a lot of the other dealers were super friendly and pleasant to talk to. A few friends came by to say hi, as well as my sister, and we got a chance to play on some of the arcade machines they had set up. I fortunately was able to do some trades as well, with trading both Pokemon cards for Pokemon cards, and at the very end, some video games for Pokemon cards, all of which have sold already. Thanks to those who traded with me. Overall though, this didn't end up being the right show for us. Traffic and sales were super slow, and besides the trades, Pokemon cards barely moved. It was a completely different experience from this past October at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and while I knew it wouldn't be close to that amount of sales or traffic, it was considerably less than what I had hoped for. It was a lot more of a local, strictly dedicated to video game crowd than what I had expected. And from what I was told by some other vendors, it seemed to mostly be the big ticket items that were selling. Most of the cheaper and even the mid-range stuff was not really the target for the shoppers, which is totally understandable. I just didn't have anything too huge for this show, and even though the games I brought I had priced mostly under market, they were not flying off the table. At the end of the day, we ended up breaking even after the table cost, travel, food, and our hotel. That being said, we still had a great time at this show thanks to those who came out to see us and the other dealers who were a lot of fun. I don't think I'll go again as a vendor, but I'll plan to make this a yearly event to stop at, so I was still able to pick up enough stuff for the business that made it worth it. Make sure to check it out next year and maybe I'll see you there. Thanks for watching everyone, I'll catch you in the next video.